Hey everyone, RG with RG Fam Reacts here with another TV show reaction for you today. We've got Doctor Who Season 1, Episode 9, I think it is. The Empty Child. Not the Golden Child. The Empty Child. I like the Golden Child. Golden Child's one of my favorite movies. Don't judge me. So last time on Doctor Who, we went back in time because Rose wanted to see her dad because Rose never met her dad. And we find out why, because he died. He got hit by a car. So we got to relive that day, and then Rose couldn't help herself and she intervened, which made him stay alive. And we went all back to the future. It was very Back to the Future. Some really sweet scenes. You know, Rose got to talk to her dad, and then the dad realized who she was, and but then obviously, you know, when you mess with the space-time continuum, you know, great Scott, right? So you know, he had to go die again to fix everything. And people in the comments let me know. I mean, they didn't really explain it, but they're just assuming that when he died, every time rewound a little bit, so everything, it was a little weird. They didn't explain it, but whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna linger on it. I don't really care, but it was interesting that they didn't try to explain, you know, that little tidbit, or if they did, it totally went over my head. Anyway, so really enjoying Doctor Who so far. I really like Rose as a character. The Doctor is still a bit wonky for me. You know, his obviously he just was totally different in the Dalek episode than he was in the other ones. You know, where he got all angry and stuff. Otherwise, he's pretty, you know, cheeky, and I guess there's a light bulb going out above my head, so I apologize for the flickering. You know what? I love all the scenes so far. Whenever Jackie's been in it, and even Mickey, like their whole what ties Rose down to reality. I love all those scenes. Those have been really, really good so far. But overall, I mean, there hasn't really been a bad episode. I've really enjoyed all of them in one way, shape, or form. Obviously, some better than others, but really am digging the show. Really excited to keep going with it. Really enjoying this. Is my first really British television show, other than one season of Red Dwarf I watched 15-20 years ago. This is my first real kind of a British show that I watched, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, you know, just how the little subtleties are different, and I kind of like it. It's not Hollywood. I mentioned before, like some of the casting, you know, like everyone's not just a Barbie doll or a you know, or a Ken doll. You know, I mean, they're like, all the characters look like real human beings. Like they're not all made up to be crazy, like they do here in the States. You know, everything's not perfect. You know, people look like normal people, and they have people of all shapes and sizes and colors, and it's just fine. Like it's not even a thing. Like, and that's how it should be. So it's pretty cool, and I really like that approach. And I don't know if all BBC or British shows are kind of have that same thing, you know, but I really do like it. So without further ado, let's keep going with Doctor Who. Here we go. Season 1, Episode 9, The Empty Child.
Back in, slave the TARDIS. Wherever it goes, we go.
And the safe, is it?
Totally. Okay, reasonably. Should have said reasonably there.
You say he didn't seem convinced.
No, jumping time tracks, get them away from us.
What exactly is this thing?
No idea.
Then why are we chasing it?
It's mauve and dangerous. And about 30 seconds from the centre of London.
To John Smith, Ministry of Asteroids.
It's psychic paper. It tells you what.
Whatever you want it to.
Oh yeah. By the way, I forgot to say this. I don't like to look up things because I don't want anything to be potentially be spoiled. But I did look up Billie Piper. And what I just looked up who she was. Like I didn't look up her IMDb because I didn't want to see like how many episodes she's in or anything like that. So I don't want to be tipped off to anything. But I had no idea that she was like the Britney Spears of London, like the teen pop star. That was crazy. That took me down a whole rabbit hole, and like it was so 2000s. Like it was crazy. I just saw videos and I was like, what is this? So I didn't know that about her. That was very interesting. What's up, bud? And hold on. All right, sorry about that interruption. But yeah, so I looked her up and just found out that, so she's always looked familiar to me, and I don't know why I knew her face this whole time. And then I realized also when I looked her up, besides finding out that she's this big, you know, Britney Spears of Britain, I found out that she was the person in Secret Diary of a Call Girl. Now, I've never actually seen that show, but I used to work in the cable industry, and we would always have Showtime posters in our center everywhere. And so when that show came out, there were always posters of her. So like I knew the face, I'd seen the face many times, but it's like I never knew where I actually saw her for. And then I realized once I looked her up that, oh my God, that's where I've seen that face. So it's a little tidbit. I kind of looked her up and I was blown away by those videos. I was like, it took me back to a time which like, it was just so funny because it's a whole different world. Like it was a Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera video, but it was her. And I don't remember those videos ever making it stateside. So it was just, it's really interesting when you see like you realize another country there's stuff way over there that doesn't make it over here. Or if it did make it over here, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't into that kind of music anyway, but I'm very in tune, you know, with pop culture. So I don't think it's ever been here. So anyway, let's carry on with the show.
Tell me how.
Mommy.
Come on, if you're coming. Won't take a minute.
You probably should not split up. Probably not a good idea. So what? Are they in a prohibition era? Did they have prohibition in the UK back then, like America did?
Down to the shelter.
This is the 40s?
Bang.
Mommy.
The World War, so this is 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Oh, you better let go. Oh boy. Oh, you better let go. Slide down. Oh boy. Yeah, you can get the hell out. You gotta wrap yourself up in that rope. Yeah. Oh God. What? Okay, I got you.
What's this then? Never easy being the only child left out in the cold, you know.
I suppose you'd know.
I do actually, yes.
It's not exactly a child.
Who are you supposed to be then?
Captain Jack Harkness, 133 Squadron, Royal Air Force, American Volunteer.
Liar. This is psychic paper. It tells me whatever you want it to tell me.
How do you know?
Two things. One, I have a friend that uses this all the time. And two, you just handed me a piece of paper telling me you're single and you work out.
No. I know exactly who you are. I can spot a time agent a mile away.
Time agent.
I've been expecting one of you guys to show up. Though, not, I must say, by barrage balloon. Do you often travel that way?
Sometimes I get swept off my feet by balloons.
Why would he have champagne, and why would she be taking champagne from a stranger?
There's someone you need to talk to first.
And who might that be?
The doctor.
Is that guy pretending to be the doctor?
A bit late.
Albion Hospital. Oh, is that something big to the show or to the lore? Because they presented that like that must be something big to the lore of, I don't know, what do they call it, Whoverse? Or is that like a Dr. Seuss thing?
This isn't possible.
No.
They've all got the same injuries.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
Identical, all of them, right down to the scar on the back of the hand. How did this
Oh,
happen? How did it start?
creepy.
He knows. I have to tell him about us being time agents.
And it's a real pleasure to meet you, Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock.
What was I supposed to say? You don't have a name. Don't you ever get tired of Doctor? Doctor who?
9 centuries in, I'm coping. Where have you been? We're in the middle of a London blitz. It's not a good time.
It's a con. I was conning you. That's what I am. I'm a con man. Thought you were time agents. You're not, are you?
Just a couple more freelancers.
Ah.
What? What? A two-parter? A two-parter? Damn it! Well, it's a good thing I plan on watching 2 today. All right, so there we have it. Season 2, episode 10, The Doctor Dances. So, mystery aside, who cares about the mystery? The mystery is fine. You know, it's all about the main characters, right? So interesting that they met somebody else who was traveling through time, so they're not the only people traveling through time, even though the Time Lords are gone. So now we know it's not just the Doctor who can travel through time, which is very interesting. I don't know that they gave us that impression that other people could travel through time. Like, I thought it was only the Doctor and the Time Lords, but apparently not. I mean, unless I missed something else. So yeah, so this guy, we don't know where he's from. He says he's from the Royal Air Force, but yeah, American. But I think he's just saying where he was then, right? He was conning, he's impersonating. So we don't know who he really is. So that's all really. See, that stuff is really intriguing to me. I mean, the rest of the story about the mommy boy and everything, I don't care about. It's all the other stuff that I like, right? So yeah, so that's pretty cool. You know, it's funny that they mentioned that Mickey was still her boyfriend. Is he though? Is he really? Yeah, it was interesting. She gets Rose gets pretty flirty pretty easily. I mean, she was a little flirty with the douchebag. I'm gonna call him douchebag. I don't even remember his name. Who was he was the science guy in the bunker, and then the next episode when they went to like the 500th floor or whatever, you know, he was very selfish and an idiot. That I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember his name. You know, but at first she was getting all, you know, friendly with him, and now she's instantly friendly with this guy. I'm like, I don't know, Rose. Getting a little friendly with a lot of people. Whatever. I mean, I'm not judging, but you know. So yeah. I don't really have much to say because I want to see how this ends. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about it in the comments. It's on YouTube. You're talking in the comments there. If you want to see the full reaction, it is available on Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.